Good evening. First tonight, police have blamed a minority of drunken fans for trouble which flared up outside St James Park in Newcastle overnight as supporters queued for tickets for Saturday's crucial game against Blackburn.
At least 2 fans were hurt in the crash and the window of a police car was smashed as a crowd of more than 2,000 people rushed the ticket booth when the club put the 4,800 away match tickets on sale a lot earlier than planned.
Things began peacefully enough as season ticket-holding fans arrived at St James's Park to spend the night queuing for the limited number of tickets available for Saturday's match. The club hadn't intended to begin selling them until 9 o'clock this morning, but on police advice they brought the time forward to 3:30 as a growing crowd, some of whom had been drinking, became unruly and extra officers had to be drafted in. But when the gates to the stadium were opened, supporters rushed in, pushing over many people in front of them.
Everyone that went through them gates, stampeded, is getting a ticket, and none of us who was waiting was getting one.
The 4,800 tickets were sold in 2 hours, and by 5:30 this morning, nothing remained but the debris in Strawberry Place and the odd fan proudly displaying the result of his night's queuing.
We don't know whether we've done it or not.
But as daylight dawned, those who suffered in the crash were already asking angry questions about the way the sale of the tickets was handled.
It was like animals out there, and I'm not exaggerating, it was like animals. Why did the club not arrange for there to be a police presence? I can't understand why. The Taylor report is all well and good, but you know, people can still get squashed and killed outside the ground. There's got to be police. And in my opinion, the club has literally got away with murder. They're very, very lucky that nobody died this morning, and I'm not exaggerating.
It was quite apparent a number of them had been drinking, and these were seen to be carrying beer and lager cans with them and taken to the ground. It's not the behaviour of 99% of the people who turned up to buy tickets. They were all season ticket holders. Those who came late and didn't have a realistic chance of getting a ticket should have had the wit to go home.
It's not the first time North East fans have been angered by the way clubs have handled the sale of the small allocations of away match tickets. Last year, Sunderland fans were forced to join massive queues for FA Cup tickets. But it's a problem that some clubs have overcome by computerised systems operating ticket ballots, with lucky fans receiving their tickets by post. As recriminations continue over last night's incident, the question that remains unanswered for many people who run the Tyne's Today newsroom is, why can't North East clubs do something similar?
Well, the chairman of Newcastle United, Sir John Hall, is joining me now. John, first of all, what went wrong last night?
I think basically what you said on television. I've been in conference all day with my staff, and I've got the police reports, and it was a mindless queue before they came, in a sense after the pubs closed. There was an orderly queue, and there's never been any problem before. And probably the immediate attention that you gave to it, in a sense, highlighted how people were going there early, so everybody decided possibly to have a night out. And a few had too much to drink, and they came. They're determined to be at the front of the queue, even though they should have been well behind. They forced their way forward and wouldn't take any notice of the police who were there. And there were 20 police on duty.
But there must be a better way to do it. Getting fans queuing at 3 o'clock in the morning, the middle of February, there must be a different way to do it.
There's only basically we've sat all day, basically, there's no system that will satisfy everyone. There'll always going to be some people dissatisfied. There is the system of, sending out ballots and tickets and this sort of thing. There's problems with everyone, and I'm looking at everything because, when we started this, we didn't go into it blindly. We've got a procedure, we had meetings with the police, my own staff, and you can't, as I say, come again, you can't satisfy everyone, but we do have the customer at heart. We always have. And just I mentioned, basically, what happened with Blackburn, they only give us standing tickets. When I got them, I wasn't satisfied. I said to Blackburn, we want seats. They wouldn't give us any. The FA upheld that decision, and we then had to basically just sell what we had. And I'm not satisfied with the method at all, but it was the best available at that moment in time.
At the end of Malcolm Herdman's report, they did pose the question that computerisation could be. You're not short of a few, Bob, at Newcastle United these days.
You think that was over 6 million debt, and we're just reducing it? We've got to take something from...
Look at those crowds. Look at the people who wanted to get in there.
But basically, we've only been in control, basically, since the 1st of August. It takes time to change the club around. And that's we've got success on the field, but trying to change the other parts of the club. And it is not easy. We're working 24 hours a day doing it. It's the success of the club which is causing these problems. A nice position to be in.
Okay, thanks for now, because it hasn't all been bad news for the club today. So there you are. Because I understand the Environment Secretary, Michael Howard, has decided not to intervene in the planning application for the redevelopment of the north and south stands at St James Park. Now this means the City Council is now expected to give it the go-ahead in the near future, and the work could start as early as next month to make it into a 38,000 all-seater stadium. So it doesn't look like he's moving out of the ground there, presents.
No, the decision's been made. Hopefully we'll get the planning decision tomorrow from the council. If they agree to give planning permission, we'll start probably the 1st of March on the Leazes end. We won't close the ground. We'll build behind the wall into the park, and we'll have a new 12,000-seater stand available for the start of next season. This is what we're trying to do. You know, there's a lot of progress, a lot of things happening.
It would have been a disastrous move for you to leave your ancient and well-respected home in the middle of Newcastle.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I think yes, but I think it's, I feel that one of these looks forward, and I think history will stay in effect that it'll be for the North East. We need basically a regional centre. It'll be, I think, the proper thing to do, but that decision's been made for us. We're staying at St James's Park, we're redeveloping there, but I think in the years to come, we'll be looking for where's the regional stadium.
Anyway,
Yes.
combination of Middlesbrough, Sunderland and Newcastle, one stadium.
Well, yeah, but you know, you've got to think big in the North East, and I think that it'll be nice to have a big regional stadium, but that is not to be. I'm sure the fans, we're going to redevelop St James's Park, as you said, into a 38,000-seater. It will be one of the best stadiums in Europe. We're going to have the best facilities, and there'll be something there for everybody at a price which everyone can afford.